Mics in.
Hallo, herzlich willkommen hier im Live-Chat in unserem Boote Polch Studio hier auf der Boot 2023. Ich habe hier zwei Freunde, denen ich auch privat als eine sehr wichtige Person in meinem Leben sehe. Das habe ich in dem Weihnachtsvideo gesagt. Nimbus ist eine große Familie und die eine Person ist Jonas Göthberg, der seit 1993, ist das richtig, bei Nimbus arbeitet, der eigentlich zu Anfang mehr mit meinem Vater zusammengearbeitet hat wie mit mir. Wir haben gerade darüber gesprochen. Dann, in der Zeit hat er mehr Deutsch sprechen müssen wie heute mit mir. Und dann haben wir Joacim Gustavsson. Also Jonas ist Nimbus-Chef, nicht der Nimbus-Gruppe, aber der Nimbus-Marke. What is your official title?
My official title is Brand Manager.
Brand Manager of Nimbus. Ich würde sagen, für mich ist er Mr. Nimbus. Ich glaube, nachdem Nimbus nicht mehr von der Familie Wicklund besessen ist, sondern inzwischen sogar public ist, gehört immer ein gewisses Gesicht dazu. Er ist nicht der CEO der Nimbus Group, sondern es ist Jan-Erik Lindström, aber you are the face of Nimbus when it comes to many people inside of the branch, also in der Branche, als auch zu Kunden, viele Kunden von Traben-Trarbach, die vielleicht später das Video mal sehen, kennen dich von verschiedenen Nimbus-Events, die wir in Schweden zusammen gemacht haben. Joacim Gustavsson ist Chief Design, or is it Officer also? Yeah, the Chief CDO, or is it CDO? Yeah, so CDO and the Nimbus Gruppe. Nimbus Gruppe sind die Marken, jetzt muss ich ja alle, weil es sind alle verkauft. Es ist Nimbus, es ist Aquador, wir haben Flipper, wir haben Bella, wir haben Alukin und Falcon. So this is the whole group. So you're having like nowadays a group. Du hast a group of how many people are like supporting you in your? Not enough, I know, but how many?
We are totally 450, around 450.
No. How many are supporting you in your design team?
The design team.
Because I was very impressed being there in December. This has grown massively.
Yeah. We are 8 now in the office, and now we have some people that are long term working with us.
Ja. Der erste große, der erste große Design-Wurf oder mit einer der größten Errungenschaften, finde ich, ist, den Joacim realisiert hat. So the first transfer, so I will change now in English, what you realized is the change of the Coupé series. So this has been your entrance into the Nimbus brand to get this fully established Nimbus 320, I don't know, 900 times built or something, Nimbus 380, both very strong products in the German market, loved products, into a new generation of, that's how you called it already, new generation, a Nimbus Coupé boats. It started with the 365, which was in the beginning, I think, for these existing customers, a quite shocky design. Even I loved it from the first day, because for me it was being grown up with this Nimbus Coupé series. It was for me a big step forward, being 2009, being end of 20s. So you decided something radical. You made an asymmetric deck design, which I think nobody had at this time.
But the exterior design was not my responsibility at that time. So
okay.
At that time I was only responsible for the interior design on 365.
Okay, good. But still, this was a radical change,
and it has
for the whole company. And I remember being on the boat show, people were talking about, why do I have one sidewalk and the other one narrow? How can that be? And this looks ugly. And where's the Nimbus design? And there was loads. I remember being at Interboats in Friedrichshafen, and people were like, "What is this thing?" And nowadays we could not. It has brought then the 335, later on the 305, the 405. So a whole range has developed out of this boat.
It is really a part of our core value now, the sidewalk concept.
Yeah, it has been very important, I must say. But exactly what you say, Patrick. When we launched it to the market the first time, either if you were in Germany or if you were in UK or in Sweden, people had difficulties to get their head around the boat and the concept until they start using it. Then it was instant love. How easy you could move around in the boat without telling people just to get out of my way. I want to step out. Now we have an extra door to move around, and it was safe to go also to the front deck.
And then you had like revolutionary things like a big A-frame, glued windows, the wipers on the top, which is still quite unique, hidden. The van door, like in a car. So there are so many new things, which everybody said Nimbus is like old-fashioned, boring, and whatever. You probably still have in this coupe series elements which nobody else in the branch nowadays have, and especially not from many Scandinavian manufacturers. We still are stuck a little bit in the times of the 90s when it comes to design features. And I think this is also amazingly transferred now in this new series you have on more sportive boats, which you always have a legacy on, and the R series boats, which is called the VTC.
Yes.
And we are sitting here not to tell all the history, but just wanted to describe a little bit, who is sitting here. So in fact, we are here to talk about what the people who've been yesterday here on the boat show could see on a press premiere presentation you had yesterday afternoon. We also broadcasted this, but now we want to talk a little bit more in detail. So we're going to discuss what we see here on the screen. And I think, Jonas, you start first to describe a little bit, please, the VTC series, because this is, everybody in Germany, as there's many German, mostly German audience now, even I speak English because this is easier for us. But the German audience, for them, many of them, not for our German customers in the Mediterranean, but the rest, the coupe series is so strong. But when you go once back in the history, the R series has been very strong for you, which is a sportive boat. Exactly. And then you have now you have like the VTC series.
Yeah. And that is exactly what you say. The VTC series for us was to cover up for the sport boat range that Nimbus has been so successful beside the coupe range that we had. And when we launched that boat, the concept was really to try to fill the palette or the palette of boats with commuter boats, tender boats, and weekender boats, like the classical day cruiser that was so popular in the 80s and 90s. So we wanted to make a modern version of all of this, and we start doing a 9-meter platform that we produce. It's basically the same boat with the W9, the weekender series, or the Tender 9 in the T9 in the Tender series, and the C9 in the Commuter series. That basically is the same hull, but it's 3 completely different boats in terms of usage. But production-wise,
they're very close.
Very close, yes. So that means
and you also did a big step into which everybody does. Sorry, it's not you're not the one who invented it, but it's the outboards, which has been a really a push for these kind of boats for all the brands. Exactly,
it's a very clear trend, especially when you go to warmer climates, to the Mediterranean, to US. You can tilt up the engine completely. It's very easy to service and maintenance, and it's also very quiet. So that is a huge trend that's going on, and we have to go with there.
And you can say it was actually a game changer for Nimbus, because when we start to offer outboard engines, we could go global with that range. The old Nova was mainly sold in Scandinavia. They were inboard engines, but now when we had the outboards, we could go to Mediterranean and to USA. So for us, it's been a game changer to offer.
And then we have the same series, not the same concept on the bigger one, which is then the 11 VTC series. So we have there very popular for us in Mallorca, the T11.
T11, yes, that was sort of an instant success for Nimbus, and like that, it was also a game changer when we entered new market. First of all, we entered the Mediterranean market together with you, Patrick, and Polch, which is very nice. And then we also saw that we have our vision was not only in Mediterranean, it was also to come over to US market, because that is a huge important market for us.
I know there was a boat even sold to a German in Thailand. Yeah, so
correct. For sure.
For example, the T11 used in Thailand from a guy not living far from my place. So they're all over the world.
Yeah, for sure. We have in very very short time, a couple of
New
years
Zealand
now.
or
New
Australia.
Zealand, Australia, Asia, several boats going in Asia. So we have over 250 boats built on that hull, going all over the world. So that's a proper game changer. It's a door opener also for the rest
For the
of
next one, I
brand.
think, then for the C11, because I think C11 is a typical Scandinavian setup, maybe a little bit too big even, but people are loving the T11 and suddenly realize it would be quite good to have a enclosed boat
Exactly.
with big doors, which like I've been using in Corsica with Julia in 2021, and we loved it as a protected boat, which still all the big sunbathing in the front, the sidewalk to walk safe, and the big doors to open. So suddenly people realized, I think worldwide, that an enclosed boat, which works well in Scandinavia, can also work all over the place.
Exactly, because you can either heat it up in a cold climate or cool it down in the warm climate. And we also, as you said, we have the large side doors and the aft door that makes the boat very open.
There's then one missing, no? That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's the point we want to go to.
That's why we are here, actually. Yeah. And there is a missing piece of the puzzle, the final piece of the puzzle in this VTC range, and that's actually what we're looking at or about to look at right now. It's
Michi, is this already? Can we get the? Yeah. Okay.
So actually, what happened? If you can you start the video, Patrick? We are launching now. We had this press release yesterday at the BOOT Düsseldorf here, and we presented to the market the W11, and that is a boat that will sort of finalize the puzzle that we have with the VTC range, and that was.
So what is why would I buy this boat, and why would I buy a T11? So what
you can say that is something in between the T11 and the C11.
Okay.
Because you know the T11 has a quite nice cushion solution in the aft deck. You can sit a lot of people around it, but you are exposed from wind, and when you put on canopy, it's a little bit of a hassle, but it's not that very easy. But on the other hand, when you have the C11, you're really covered. So this is something in between. You sit very sheltered behind the windows, and you have a cockpit with a huge sofa for socializing. If you're a person who use the boat, in nice weather, but it could be bad weather, this is the perfect one. Maybe the T11 you use when it's really nice weather.
And you go back to what we started with the 365s. It's asymmetric deck design, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we have one side a wider walkway, on the other side a bit. It's
you
still wide, but not that wide as starboard, and a bit higher.
You want to maximize the inner space.
So the inner space is a little bit more on focus on this one.
Yeah.
And what do we see here in the front?
In addition, we have a larger foredeck, you can say, and we have added a roof window to give more light into the cabin.
This is what we see here. Yeah. Okay.
And we also have a front hatch.
So we have storage here
for fenders and ropes and so
and
on.
this is also, you didn't invent this, but this we see also in many other manufacturers. But it's also now with you guys. So the sunbed is like liftable.
Yeah, it is.
So you have like a backrest.
Yes.
Okay.
So
then we have the big sun protection with 4 poles. I would say, the rest. This section is very similar.
It is. Yes.
I think it's important to say before you go back, Patrick, go front again. The hatch that we're talking, it's a perfect loading hatch to drop off your bag in the cabin. But also when you step onto the front deck here, there is so large area, so it's so safe to step on the boat, and it's also very beamy surface that you can sit, relax. It's a very nice area where you actually can sit and take your morning coffee and really enjoy the view of the ocean.
And then we have this typical rubber list going around. The anchor is very little standing over. So this is like as we have it on the V,
the
LDT and the C11. So then going a little bit backwards, I think the hardtop, is it the T-top, or call it sun top or whatever? It is a bit bigger, or?
Yeah, it's a little bit bigger compared to the T11.
One big difference is openable, no?
Yeah.
So we have a mesh sliding roof, which we probably see soon in the video. And then we have a protection, and then we see something down the back, but we will just continue a little bit with the with the video,
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
see more because
yeah.
something happens there now.
Yeah. We gonna offer this balcony. This is a very trendy right now,
Yes.
and it gives some extra room
and connection to
connection
the water.
to the water. So,
but this will be on the starboard side.
yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
Because
on
on the other side we have the sidewalk. We are
Exactly.
higher.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good. Then
And we can continue. Yes. Yeah.
just go,
Yeah.
and then we see something there in the back.
Yes.
So this is like a swimming platform, like a liftable swimming platform. But this will for sure, I guess, be an option.
It's optional. Yes. And it's you mean you if you buy a boat and you're going to use it a lot to get connection to the water, the engines are that's a bad thing with outdoor.
Yes,
they
absolutely.
really occupy the whole space.
Yeah.
So this is one way, of course, to get around it. So
is it probably? But then we need to find it out later. But I don't remember it even. Is it? We can't put a dinghy on there or something. Or it will not be. I think this we discussed.
a light one maybe.
A light one maybe. Okay.
But it takes nearly 202.
Yeah, but then we can store like a with a small torpedo, like the one lying behind us. There should be not a problem at all.
No.
And now we're flying in the inside.
Yeah.
We start with this level. So
Yeah.
now we're having the sunbed as we know it from the T11 in the back, and we have the table folded.
Yeah, and we use the same fittings as we use for the T11. So it's been proven working.
And then, sorry, one question. Below here is the same big storage
Yes.
as we know it from the T11,
Yes,
like
it is.
really huge
for all the
storage.
toys
Yes.
and whatever you want to bring. Yeah.
Then we fold out. So the table folds out like two. When I'm seeing that right, it's like two wings coming up.
2 wings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But so again, a fixed table, like we know that from the T11, not something movable. So
No.
very sturdy.
Yes.
Very important. And then we're flying in here. So we have the kitchen then on starboard side.
Yes.
And here we can see how protected you are by the side windows.
Yes.
This is a little bit like a feeling for people who know Nimbus, like a Nimbus 33 Nova, I would say, or 30, like sorry, later
Ballista.
34 Nova Ballista.
Yeah.
So
we have
this
the
is very
tradition of this,
typical Scandinavian design, this kind of window, but not with the sun top and not asymmetric.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So we have the driver seat. This looks like a new seat design in comparison to the T11. So we have a single driver seat, but a quite, like nice one. I think with armrests even.
Armrest, and we'll see if we add also the headrest.
Okay. And there we can really see that there's a big openable sunroof.
Indeed.
So windy day, you would maybe even put the protection here, the canvas in the sides,
Yes.
and leave the roof open, and then you are fully exposed to the sun, which is warming you, but you're fully wind sheltered.
Yep. Correct.
So flying into the helm. So the helm looks similar to the T11.
Yeah, it is.
It is the similar.
It's
Okay,
the same.
same. Okay.
We try to be clever how to use the
And then the door down.
Yeah.
We turn around. So this is now. So we have 2 fridges here.
Yep, 2 fridges.
Yeah.
One is optional.
But it's important on such a boat.
So this is a little bit odd seating area.
Yeah.
It's like a semi sofa,
lying sitting.
Seating. But as you can see, you can fold the backrest.
Okay, very nice. Yeah.
If you want to lie a little bit more. But you could lie here, but you can also sit too. And you can also stand towards this, because it's quite high, so you can use it as a back support.
And also 3 people facing forward while driving, which is quite nice to sit if you're going long distances. That's a comfort thing.
Yeah.
Now we have the roof shot.
Yeah, now it's
and now we're going into the inside.
And this is just to illustrate that the volume is much bigger here compared to the T11 and also the C11. Yeah.
Okay, but like much more height there. We can see the skylights in the front, so it brings more light.
Since we added the skylight, it will give the whole cabin much more.
And it's very roomy because the T11 roof is probably just above the mirror it ends.
Yes.
So all the other other area is additional by height.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh.
I didn't want to do that.
No,
Sorry.
no.
Nothing happened.
But otherwise, it's the system and everything is the same as the T11 and the C11.
Good.
Yeah.
Anything? We will have one of these boats. So these boats are really orderable for model year 2024. So end of like summer 2023. But there will be like probably one of the first boats we ordered. So that will be in June-ish, July, in Mallorca. For the first sea trials and presentation and photos and so on. So this is the idea. And there will be number one will be in Stockholm or whatever for the first photos.
Yeah, number one would be in Gothenburg, I think.
Gothenburg,
Me and Joachim will be able to drive that boat.
That's nice.
hopefully in May, June here. So and then directly, then boat number two will come down to you then.
And so the real premiere
proper test
in the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
So the real premiere of the boat gonna be in Cannes, I guess.
That's the plan. Yes, Cannes 23. So September.
Good. So I think that's it. Do we have any questions regarding this? No. It was also very short notice, this conversation or this live thing here, but I think it's loads of information now brought to the public, I think, and this is the main reason why we're doing this here. And the next one is a project which has been on, I think, for quite a long time, and this is because it's quite a big project. The biggest one I think you have been responsible yet for when it comes to the unit. The other ones are whole fleets. Here we're talking about one unit, which is also a big step for Nimbus going this direction, because it's also always a question: shall we do that? How big do we go? Because we know other brands who lost then customers on the lower part, which is not what you're aiming for. It's more like you just want to stop at the right end and not lose customers. And I think where we're aiming now is a measurement at around 15 meters, where in my region you still have the same license you can use, and in many regions, and I would say also in the sense of the biggest boat you need when you use it privately with your family, and you're used to do some compromises, even if you have 3 kids or 2 kids bringing their grandchildren, whatever. This is the biggest boat size which is good for a couple really long time staying on board. If you go any further, fully respect for these customers, but the question is if then the handling, the cleaning, all this is still in alignment with the needs, or if this is then going across and then you don't like using your boat anymore.
Yeah.
So what we're talking about is let's go here. We can just start it. Said 465 Grand Coupé.
Yeah, it's there was a concept name, but it's 465 Coupé. Yeah.
465 Coupé. I just wait. So, oh, sorry, I go like this. So this is. I do this. So then I can go back again. Sorry for this. This is probably a similar step like the 365 at this time, because it's another big step forward when it comes to design. I think it has some. I'll let you talk about something from the VTC here in the front.
Exactly. Yeah.
Something from the C11 on the windows. But I can still see loads of Nimbus genes in it, being growing up with Nimbus all my life. So I really like it. So tell me a little bit about the main ideas.
No, but that was the task. We tried to take the next step with the Nimbus design, but also keep the history and the design elements that makes it a Nimbus. So, but it's always a little bit nervous when you when you stretch the design, and especially with the windows now, that is a little bit different and so on. But the thing is that we wanted to be a boat that express that you will drive in moderate speed. You will have a much longer range. It should
It's a boater's boat. It's a skipper boat. It's a boat for somebody who puts his his core values are to have a functional seaworthy but still designed boat. So it should not be like commercial, but it has genes like functionality is very well combined with design, and then your Scandinavian design with this reduced design, because it's not just put some different objects together to make something looking modern.
No, they should.
It should be less. Everything should be a function. Should have a function. You always said everything you see should have a function. This is, I think, one of your very important design parts. I find it very amazing, and I think you can be very proud what you. But sorry, I don't want. So just talk a little bit about the what we see there now.
Yeah, but what you see is what you see. But it's the coupe concept, and in the coupe concept, the salon is the heart of the boat, which means that we really want to do the salon very, very nice to be in. You will cook there, you will socialize there.
Kitchen up, very important.
It's very important for the people. But also that when you drive the boat, everyone should take part of the journey, not just the captain and the other one.
So the co-driver position, as on the coupe boat, is very important. I pointed it out many times. With the coupe, we have the flippable seat coming up. So, like every trip you're doing on your own is boring. Only if you can share what you see with somebody else, the experience, then it's something what is also you enjoying it yourself or together.
Exactly.
So the co-driver position, very important.
It is. And also then we have added a large roof window, which gives a lot of light into it. And of course, if you compare to other boats in this size, the flybridge is bigger, and you have a flybridge with more space. But we have chosen to make that one smaller, so you will have a large roof window and also some space for solar cellars.
And this big glass sunroof or whatever you call it is completely openable here.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It has sun protection inside.
Yeah.
So this is like an evolution of the 405 coupe, where we just flybridge, where we just had a small skylight window there. And here now we have really like a big hatch comparison probably on the old version of a 405, which is like the big all-white roof to open.
Yeah. We have two questions. The first is the 46.5 an introduction to the new design line?
Yeah, you can say that we will have elements from this one following the rest of the coupe.
365 is mentioned in this comment. Something transferred.
Exactly. That will be transferred into it. Not saying that the window would look like that, but of course this is the next step, which means that design elements will follow for the smaller boat. So that's correct.
Okay. Second question is in German. Is it possible to see the 465 next year in 2024?
Düsseldorf Boat Show.
Yeah, we like to think so and hope so. But we cannot promise anything.
We are still debating that a little bit in the company now. Of course, we want to present it here in Düsseldorf next year, but it's an extreme tight challenge. So we have a backup plan.
In one step, you're much further than you would thought probably, because the molds, everything is there.
Everything is there.
Corona had not an impact so much on your production; it had an impact on the construction of the building.
Yes.
You had to build to get this boat in.
Yeah.
So a third party influence is more the struggle than your inside planning when it comes to the design team or even the production workers or even the mold for the boat. Everything. So I think
and we will also been really busy.
Yes.
Really busy years. So it's not that easy just to put in a
Yeah,
big boat
everything
in,
was
in
going like
production.
this.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's why also. So
So I would say more to be said on this in some point at September, October of this year, if it will be in Düsseldorf or not.
Yeah, exactly.
So the front deck, where we start with this, we have like a U cut out there,
Yeah.
which will come when we go through the video. So there's storage there and a big seating.
yeah. I think it's
yeah,
actually easy if we
yeah,
go
yeah,
through the video, and
yeah.
of course we will have
So
all the.
I want to see this. This was solar panels here in the back.
Yeah,
or?
that is solar panels.
Yeah. Okay, and then okay.
I will go through the
Okay,
features here,
perfect.
but you can start from here. Then you have the retractable hydraulic gangway that disappear totally, so it's out of the way when it's not in use.
Like in a cassette. Yeah.
Cassette, yes. And here you can see the aft window. I think it's maybe on the next one here. Yeah, because we can just follow this one. It's easier.
Yeah, no worries.
You have a optional folding wet bar in the back if you want to use that.
Otherwise, you have a big storage.
Otherwise,
there.
it's a big storage. Yes.
This bathing platform is an option. It's not a must to take.
No,
if somebody
it's
wants to have, dinghy is not important or
No.
not in the Mediterranean. It's no need, no must to
it's
take
optional.
this.
So
Yeah. Okay.
And then you have something new, I would say. I haven't seen it on many boats before. Actually, none. It's the foldable aft window. You can see there.
Yeah.
We can zoom in. Yeah, this one.
Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah. Yeah.
Now it's half open, but you could maybe you can see it when it's. Oh, sorry. There is up. Here's up, and here it's on the way up.
Yeah.
And no, maybe it was. There should be a picture from. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
Then it's closed.
Yeah.
And
So you have in the back, you have full glass, and
Yeah.
if you just go once to no, the other direction, no, the other,
Oh, sorry.
no, one more, and then you have a canopy. Only the canopy is enclosing the back only on the sides.
Yes.
And in the back is a full glass window. So
Yeah.
you're more sitting like in the German you say Wintergarten. I don't
Yeah,
know.
that's
Orangerie.
yeah.
Orangerie, yeah.
You know, everyone in Scandinavia
has this.
has
kind,
this
yes, yeah.
because,
So it's much better to heat, and we will have a nicer view because looking through plastic is not so not really what you want.
Yeah.
And so you're just having the sides, and the sides will be stored, so you can just roll it like in a like a curtain.
Exactly.
And roll it back again.
Yeah.
So it will be stored then. So it's a very fast change of the winter garden into a terrace or into the winter garden.
And that's the idea. But it's also easy to ventilate if you have some ventilation, because you just open the window a little bit and you.
Oh yeah, very good. So you can. So it's not. It doesn't have fixed positions.
No.
So you can even just open it like 20%.
Yes.
And
to
then
get
you
some air.
just
And
some
then
air
close
in, and it will be no rain. It will not be raining in most likely because
No.
No.
So that's very
But
nice.
if you do it in canopy, that's a big hassle.
Yes.
So that's the idea. So that's a new feature for this kind of boat.
And then we see in the back. This is like a window going around the corner. You pointed it out yesterday.
Yeah.
An Italian manufacturer did this like 20 years ago. Or
Yeah,
something.
they did, and I loved it. So I kind of stole that idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, people are using this a lot. But,
but
it helps a lot for the room, for the.
It's not so locked in the back.
Exactly, exactly. So that's also part of the function, not only the look.
Yeah.
And moving further, then we have
very
this
important, most important thing, big side door.
Yes, a really big side door, so you can enter two people.
So you can pass two people.
Pass exactly.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. And then
And
also the side door.
Yeah.
In the so it's
The
going.
hull door. Yeah.
Okay.
We haven't used that before in Nimbus, so that's also new. And on the port side, we have a quite large electric window, so it will be easy to have some air flowing through there.
You told me even that would be big enough that you can go out there.
Yeah, your kids will love to run through that, so probably. So
okay. No, stop.
No.
I want to talk about this one here.
Yeah,
because you explained me that.
Because that is
this shows how much you are a designer. Yeah. So because this I've never seen on a boat, but it makes such a difference, and I agree with this.
Yeah.
So there where the Nimbus logo is, there's just a small what's say breaker,
shark fin, or
shark
whatever
fin,
you
a break in the
call it.
window,
Yeah.
which when you later look at the boat again, when we build it front, it makes the boat more humble. It is not hard, the window line.
Yeah, yeah.
And then we see a curtain which all the coupe people were waiting for. So the curtain also closes in the front.
Yes.
Yeah?
all the
So
way.
we have a curtain which goes all
The way
around the
yeah,
boat.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. Good. True. And then we talk about the mooring, the cleat and the fittings for that. Then we have really made sturdy things here.
Like with an optional winch.
Yep.
And
Optional
then,
winch.
yes.
Yeah. And
And
you can cover this and
Yeah.
also you
And
can
then the
for-
fuel intakes
Yeah,
on
exactly.
the upper part.
And on the foredeck it's the same, but here you can also see the space you have for your feet when you doing these things with.
Yeah,
with
this
the
is
mooring.
nice. So if you're not using it with a table and so on, so
Yeah.
you can really move there.
Yeah.
Somebody can pass you when you do
Yeah.
the operations
Yeah,
up there.
yeah. And same with there you have sturdy cleats and so on. Yeah, and then the foredeck you also have this folding
Backrest? Oh no, the hatches.
that has the storage.
Oh yeah, the storage in
Yeah.
the front for fenders
Yeah.
or something else. The table,
So there's
and then
those-
also the sunbed has the backrest.
Yeah,
which
similar
we saw.
on the yeah.
But this is also very like big ship style here. The I don't know in English, the Kluse in German,
Yes.
where you when you have the winch, you get the ropes through, so the ropes are not just like hurting the boat. And the same ones in the back with big rolls.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
And so of course it's not a yacht, but we wanted
The
to
yacht
really-
feeling.
The yacht feeling.
All
that
the
should be-
all the small details which make in fact a yacht. It's not only the size;
No.
it's the details
Yes, yes,
which make
yeah.
a yacht. Yeah.
Okay, and then we talk about the small flybridge, you say, but it's.
You shouldn't say it's small.
No, it's.
Just go back. We just said before. You know how big is this window in the front? So it's a mixture out of a coupe. You know what would the Italian would name it? How do they? The sports flybridge or there's several names from the Italians or English there regarding the name for such a small flybridge.
Yeah.
But I would also say that also shows how strong the coupe concept is for Nimbus. We would like to honor the coupe feeling in that boat to get the light in, so we really prioritize that part of the boat. So when you sit inside the cabin, get that feeling.
Yeah.
So that's important for us.
Anyway, we have the bimini, and it could be electrical if you want electric.
Would be then folded through what's the
so it's
targa.
really quick to fold out the bimini. It's no hassle with so quick up with the bimini, and then you have sorry, that was wrong.
Nothing happened.
This
So
is a wet bar table. It's a little bit
yeah.
different from a normal wet bar. So you have a table, but it's integrated with the sink. So that's the feature. And then of course you can slide the backrest if you want to have a sunbathing instead of eating. So, and then here's the big roof window, and then we have this part.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. So this has been a trend for a long time, that you open up. So you want to have it seamless outside, inside, and this is how we do it. So it's an electric window on the starboard side, sliding down, and then you can choose to have this table out or in.
So it's like a bar,
Yeah.
or we just said before, it's like a
Side table.
Side table. So
Yeah.
sitting in the back, you would be, can I have the bread?
Yeah.
Yes, here. Some more like it's a
Additional
bar.
space.
Yeah,
or for
yeah.
lunch. And then you have a folding door, but the folding door is fixed in both ends, so it's sliding and it's fixed all the time.
Which goes towards the steps to the flybridge on the port side.
Yeah.
And where did the rest of the door go? This part here?
Yeah, that's sliding down.
Sliding down.
Underneath,
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
so, which means it will be very.
How does it slide down? Electric?
Electric.
Or? Okay.
It's going down. So,
Good.
so that's.
So with the big window in the back and the easy closing sides, you're probably very often going to have this door in this setup, and it will be one room.
Yes.
Because this is not possible if you have this classic sliding door. Then you always have this half blocking this inside and outside.
Exactly.
And here we have now the which is also a trend. It's not you invented that. Is the kitchen turned into back facing or in an L, and then you connect the inside and the outside. And we have another question.
I think you already answered. Side doors on both sides?
No, only on starboard side. And then you have a electric window, openable window on the port side. This
is because it's also an asymmetric decks design.
Yeah.
To follow the room, which is also inside, to be in focus, especially in a combination with we see later the center cabin and the toilet situation on the port side. This would all not be possible when we got later, when we would on both sides have a deep sidewalk. Yeah. Because to have a door, the door is not the thing. The thing is the door only works if it's big enough, like in the height and width, but especially in the height. So if you want to do it in the height, you neither put the boat very high, but this is very important on the boat design, that we are not too high, low center of gravity. So the only way you can do then is go down with the door. When you go down with the door, you have to bring the whole sidewalk down. Otherwise you would have steps down and up again, which is not possible. And when you bring the whole sidewalk down, then you use amazingly loads of space, which is worth doing it on one side. If you do it on both sides, there's products in the group which do that, the C11. If you do it on both sides, or other brands like Targa or these typical commuter boats, but they are really lacking inside space. So this is not like correct or wrong.
No, it's just a choice.
This is a choice between functionality and room, or focus on functionality.
I think it's also worth mentioning that it offers a quite generous sidewalk space anyway on the other side. Even though it's not lowered down.
For the door you would need to go down.
Exactly, but it's not lowered.
To passage all the way from the front deck to the aft deck on that on port.
So we have in the back, now we see the glass down. We see the construction on the top here.
Yeah. So it's going in the garage.
In the garage, in the roof.
Yeah.
And then we also see here
the L sofa.
It's a big L sofa.
Okay. We should move inside, I guess. Is the next thing we do here? Yeah. Oops.
Oh, sorry, I still had zooms.
This was tricky. Yeah, the interior, right? What should we mention something about the interior? We are really focusing on sustainable material choices.
Very
now.
important.
So the all the materials has been carefully chosen to be with the sustainable idea.
So we just named some. So we have the new material already now on the 305. We named that today in the live video with Niklas.
Yeah.
We showed that material. It's like a mixture out of it's like a plastic, but it's an umbrella. It's from the biggest manufacturer more or less in the world. Probably it's not something you invented.
No.
It's a very well-known supplier for outside furniture all over the world who do that.
Yeah. And the 50% is recycled fibers, so it's good.
And then we have the interior, which will be looking like oak, which we now have new, but it's not going to be oak because we want the more constant
quality and also the forest that you used is the popple, I think it's called, and it's
popple.
Popple.
It looks like oak. And then we have a dark flooring.
Yes.
Laminate.
Yeah, laminated flooring.
And
the mattress is with corn. It is there is the choices is with sustainability in
and then
mind.
Standard in the outside we're going to have the Eco-Teak as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which is a mixture out of plastic as well and milling teak, or how I say like
it's recycled. It's a real teak, so it's also a really good product for that reason. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And here's the kitchen. Then, as you said, there are 2L.
So this is what we see now is the port side.
Yep.
We have on the left here. This is from the steps going to the flybridge, so this is not a cupboard, but we're having here a cupboard, we're having curtains on the side, and then we're having drawers below, and refrigerator on this side.
Yes, and on the other side, then you have a fridge in the corner.
Yeah, top loading, like you have on a sailboat.
Yes.
Again, an upper hanging cupboard.
Yeah.
Again, also curtains in the corner.
Waste bin underneath there. And
oven, Ceran cooking top.
Yeah.
And the big drawer here on the left side.
Yeah, for all the cutleries.
Yeah, cutlery is like always with Nimbus, ready with the bolt delivered, nicely stored.
Yeah.
I think it's also worth to mention that we talked about the curved windows earlier.
How much this feeling?
How much the feeling is
Yeah.
standing with all this amazing view, looking outside while cooking.
Yeah. So this is a really important part of the boat. And here you can also have additional
fridge below the drawer. And then this piece next to the fridge we will see later moves. It's a hocker or another like a.
The stool. So you can change the dining area.
We're just seeing this is green now. This is just is an option, but it's not. You don't have to choose green. No, because
yes, you have to choose green.
Are you doing a green wash or what?
But the other colors are very expensive, really. No.
But you would like to choose the green once you see it because it's really sensational.
Yeah. But you know, if it's a more conservative customer, he can choose a blue or a beige.
He can choose blue and blue. And blue. And beige.
And green.
And green. Yeah, so of course it's a little bit different. I don't know if it's maybe it's not here. It will come here. I will show you here. So this is the
what is this down here on the left side?
Oh, that's the
dishwasher.
The washer.
Yeah, that's an option, but it's possible to have it. So on the lower left side of the picture is a dishwasher.
Yeah. Okay, so this table then how it can transform to dinner table. You spin it and fold it out, and then you add this stool. So this stool is part of the divan or the other sitting group, but you can just move that, pull it forward. So it's a U-shape sofa group.
And you have that's the only step you have, I would say, coming from the bathing platform until going down to the cabin. There's only a little step, which is typical Nimbus, going into the U-sofa seating arrangement to sit higher, to have a nicer view.
Yes.
Which is we always had on the 405, 365, which is I think very important, because when if you're sitting, you want to not hassle to look out. You want to just relax looking outside.
It is important, and here's the solution for the television if you want.
Yeah, and you can see really when you see like this television is probably like a 50.
It is a
50 inch, so you see how big the door then is. So you get a good proportional there. And then also this is very special what you show there with the small side door into the sidewalk.
It's actually folding into the hull side.
Because otherwise you would be running into it.
Yeah.
If the classic be like this, then it's really in the way, and this is going inside.
Yeah. So
and very important for all the Nimbus customers. So you will be able to pass the helm seat from the starboard side, like from the door, just passing here.
You slide it in.
And you also will be able to reach the joystick even from standing on the sidewalk. So putting your left arm into the helm, you would be. So you don't need to be standing at the helm to have command, especially when you're mooring.
Yeah, exactly. And then we have what's coming up here. I think it's also wrong way. Here's this
This is
steering
quite modern.
It is. It's not a traditional trawler style dashboard. It's more. We want it to be comfortable to sit here. So you have a lot of space for your feet.
This is something I think everybody who has been looking at many brands, I think especially when it's a flybridge boat, because everybody wants this space for the center cabin. It's always this, where do I move the space?
Yes.
And very often this space is lacking to give advantage to the cabin. And we have a question?
Yes, we have a question.
Yeah.
Can you say something about seaworthiness characteristics compared to the other coupes in your range?
I will say it will be the same fundamental idea how we want the boat to behave in the water.
Just scaled up.
Yeah, it is scaled up. Though this is an IPS with pods, so that would be a different experience compared to the shaft we're used to having.
But it will be easy planing.
Yeah.
This is still the cruising will be. We want to do this later. We can. So the cruising will be around 22, 23 knots.
Yeah.
Top speed 27, 28 knots, depending on load. 27.
But depending on load. But
depending on load. will it be IPS 600s?
Yep.
650s.
Sorry, the new
650s,
name,
yeah.
the new
Yes.
IPS 650s.
And
okay.
also with the new assisted docking, which actually allows you to maneuver it very safely and
Assisting docking means that it's like a drone. I don't know from who of you have flown a drone or saw a drone flying. What makes the drone so successful is if you leave the joystick, it stays, and it's not turning. It's not, even the wind is coming or whatever. It just stays.
exactly.
And then you fly it again, and if you stop it, it stops without pushing the brake. If you were flying a helicopter 20 years ago, remote, or a drone today without this function, like, for example, inside this hall, because you don't have a GPS, it's for me impossible. And I have been flying drones quite much, but this is like a FP, and this is the same. A boat is always drifting, influenced by wind, influenced by the torque you had before, and with this assisting docking, again, like a drone, you stop it and the boat stops. And this is, I think, for beginners or also for a couple moving such a big boat, maybe getting a little bit older, I think a very important.
It really works. It's amazing.
Yes,
if you have current.
No,
you have
I
wind,
tested it in
yeah,
Cannes, so it works very well.
It's a good system.
Yeah.
That will help a lot if you're.
But
there alone.
seaworthiness for Nimbus is a core value.
It is.
Yeah.
We will never back down on that
So
one.
this is why you decided the boat not to be too high, because it's very easy to make a boat just higher and get a room, as long you just leave the boat on the boat show.
Yeah.
But soon it goes in the water. It's just a shoe carton. It's like a box of shoes trying to be at sea, and this never works. It will be wet. It will be moving a lot on anchor or on the way. So this is from the design not what you're aiming for at all.
No, true. Okay, moving forward here, then we have this area we talked about before, that we think it's very important also for the passenger to have a good journey, not just the one driving the boat. So this is also a seating group or area which is a combination. You can half lie or you can sit in this L sofa.
And we have, how many wipers do we have on the front?
Three, and also on the side window, so on the starboard side.
Okay.
So there will
Big,
be.
and then we have a storage here.
Yeah, here's some extra storage also. If you,
And we have a co-driver chart plotter interface. So
yes.
so the co-driver can support also the driver when it's a difficult navigation.
Yeah.
So not needing to stand next to him.
Yeah,
and also control the music and so
yeah,
on. So
yeah.
it's more multifunction display.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
yeah, good.
So here you see the light and the space in the cabin because of these large roof windows. Okay. I think we're moving down to the cabins.
Other
Oh, sorry. Yeah, maybe this picture shows it the best. Moving to the master cabin.
So we going left, and then right would be into the toilet from the master cabin.
Yeah.
Which
So
is
you open this door, and then you have the door to your own toilet. So this is a small compartment. Then. So you closed here, and you can. This toilet is for the master cabin. And then it's huge, large hull windows on both sides.
And the main storage is on port side.
Yes.
And then you have a chaiselon or whatever you call it on starboard side.
Yeah, exactly.
Loads of big storage here, a big wardrobe on the starboard side.
Yes.
The TV there.
Yeah.
And also loads of storage in the wall behind the bed on both sides.
Yeah.
Very up also on the lower part there.
Yes.
And there's standing height all over the place until this step here, if I get that right. So there's a small, recess down here, and all here you can stand. And the only thing where you get a level of 170 or something,
you need to lower it up.
Is on the starboard side. And this is
why is that? It's because of the sidewalk concept.
And
you have lower.
Otherwise, you would have had it on both sides if you had the side doors on both sides. And it's also because of having all one level of the helm and to the sidewalk.
Yes, true. Okay.
Frage gibt's noch? There's a question.
Yeah, there's a question my boating English is not good enough for. Will she be IPS only? Is shaft drive going to be possible? Very important for traditional coupe owners. Cruising at low speed not possible. / planning or semi-planning hull.
No, this version as it is right now will only be IPS, but we are looking into this long range version where we really take down the speed, and we have not decided that, and we cannot tell anything about it. What kind of
drive unit
yeah.
will be.
So, but for this boat, it will only be IPS.
The shaft, to say, I'm an absolute fan of the shaft, but the bigger the boat gets, the more complex the shaft setup is. So we can see that on the 305, it's like this, 365 like this, 405 is already a little bit more complex, and the bigger a boat gets, to get the shaft aligned and make a boat smooth running is not like this done, and it can also be after maybe ground contact being messed up by a shipyard and so on. So the risk in a shaft setup is there, definitely, and it's not that efficient also either. So when we talking about sustainability, fuel consumption and so on, the shaft gets disadvantages and the big boat gets bigger. Or we staying in a more lower speed level in a displacement, and then it's a completely different world. But going faster, and the boat will be sold very often also in the Mediterranean. And then people want a certain speed. But to interrupt, but there will be also, because we haven't talked about it all, a coupe version. More, like without the flybridge.
Yes.
So a classic coupe will come.
Yes.
So because nowadays I think 405, which is the biggest boat now, there's mainly like probably 80-70% of the boats are sold as coupe. So you would otherwise lose a big volume of potential customers.
No, but that's absolutely correct. The majority of all our boats.
But the start, because it's the more complex one, will be the flybridge.
The flybridge, yes, correct. Okay. But it's also safe to say, just to answer the question that came in, driving at slow speed with IPS is absolutely fully okay. The boat behaves
goes perfect
very
straight,
good. Yeah. So that's not an issue.
No.
So.
I know I was involved in this discussion very much as being a big fan of the shaft, but I understand definitely this choice, because good cruising is also for many people, I know from my customers, especially in the Mediterranean, is very important when you want to get from A to B, if you want to cross from Mallorca to Corsica or whatever, or even in the Baltic Sea, if you want to go from Travemünde to some South Sweden, then you just want to get it behind you. You just want to good weather, and then you go slow there again when you reach the destination.
And you gain so much other things that we talked about before with the IPS. You have the joystick, you have the assisted docket system, so that you always feel safe while maneuvering the boat in harsh conditions, tight spots and everything. This system will make you feel comfortable and safe.
And then the inside setup also, because otherwise you would need to go with a V-drive.
Yes.
Because otherwise the engines are below the salon, which is noise-wise not acceptable, also from interior design. So it has always. But I'm not saying shaft is wrong. It's just again a compromise decision you have taken after doing loads of evaluation.
Yes. True. And it's also so that the hybrid that will come is prepared for.
You're not allowed to talk about this.
Maybe not, but there are some things going on. And we are hope that this will be, of course, for this boat as well in the future. So, should we move on?
Yeah. No.
More questions?
One question. Andre asks, CE category. First question, and second question, range at cruising speed.
Can you
it will be B, because A is not possible in a semi, like in the speed the boat goes, because the cruising speed has the influence on the classification. So you could only go with a displacement boat, I would say into A. So it will be B.
It's double category, both B and C actually, and B then with a little less people on board, but still good enough amount of people to take that. And C category will increase the people.
And then we range. What is the fuel tank again? I think it was 1,000. It comes later in the presentation.
1,700 liters.
Yeah, it's 1,700 liters. Probably at
450 to 500 nautical miles range.
I would say the same. I would calculate it probably with 4 liters. a
Yes,
nautical
that one I
mile.
did, yeah.
But maybe we can talk tomorrow with Frederick about this. He will have some more ideas about this. Yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Like
I don't know where I am now. We can just run through this because it's just quick. You have the VIP cabin in the
Yes.
front.
Yeah.
And
We're just also having loads of storage
Yeah.
below the bed. Also in front, the bed can be lifted or something. Or did
you
not
can
say
lift
it?
the whole bed.
The whole bed
Yeah.
can be lifted
Yeah.
on both sides. A beautiful view to the both sides, and then we have ventilation to the front, which is the U-Sofa group, also covered up there, and then ventilation
Yeah.
to the top.
Yeah. And also in the side windows. Here,
Yeah,
you
side
can
windows
see
and the
that.
big cupboard. That was also for the master cabin in the
Yeah.
in the middle. There was also side windows to
Yes.
open, but not for sure also a full air condition option.
Yeah. Okay, and then you have this third cabin that is optional.
This is what I always wanted for my
utility
customers.
room.
Yeah,
You can use it as an office or.
office or just a place where you can.
It's yours.
Yeah,
Only yours.
private room. Yeah.
And then of course you can have this bed, double bed. Oh, I'm doing it the wrong way. Yeah. Like
And then this is an option. Yeah, if you have the grandchildren coming, then you have more sleeping and
Yes.
also big cupboards.
Yeah.
And then we're having two
toilets.
toilets with each a
Shower.
separate shower.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they are close to each other.
Yeah, you can see it also on this picture.
Which
here.
so
Here.
So we just explained. So we're coming down the stairs, and then we're going left,
Yep.
and then we enter in the master cabin, or we're going straight into the master cabin toilet, where we have then on the right side the shower of the master cabin toilet,
Yep.
which is in the same compartment more or less than the guest cabin toilet, and it will be a glass wall in between, like a tinted one.
Yeah, not transparent because
No,
that
no.
will be a little bit odd. You can imagine the
Maybe,
guest. Whoa!
maybe this is an option then.
That could be an option. That's a good one.
No, we had 20 years ago. You have this windows where you can tint on a button,
exactly.
and then if somebody's in there, you just push it. No.
No,
We should stay serious.
No,
eh?
it should be milky white. So.
But this brings then light from this window here on the port side into this room, so it will all just feel more roomy.
It will be more.
So
roomy,
you're not like in a toilet is a room where it's
Exactly.
no light,
Yeah.
and this toilet then in front of the shower will be reachable from the main walk in the
Yeah,
middle.
yeah.
Then we have here again on the port side the two beds. That was the VIP cabin, and this is now the setup then with the office. And then in the back we see the pods, the IPS, so they can be all the way back, and we have loads of storage on the side of the engine, in front of the engines, reachable. This is the tank room just in front there.
And the gyro, if you.
Oh no, this I don't want.
Yeah.
And then we have and the gyro for sure as an option.
Yeah.
And maybe we just go here again so people have an overview. So this was the salon. Oh, sorry. So this is the salon again with the side door on the starboard side. We're having one step at the kitchen area here. When I'm seeing that right on the starboard side, and then one more step in the front there. The L sofa for the co-drivers, the big U sofa with the table across the seating arrangement, and then the kitchen on both sides.
Your screen. Is it possible?
Sorry?
I think I lost your screen. Is it your screen?
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah. It is. And then the big table, L sofa in the back. Also the good entrance to the port side sidewalk. As
And
you can
see
here.
that it's quite wide.
It's quite wide.
But
It's not all the way down.
No,
Yeah.
so-
So you have all the steps in the back,
Yeah.
and then it runs all the way to the front, probably going up a little bit
Yes.
to the front. We also have space before the platform, and then the flybridge again with the sunbed at the front, 2 seats. Driving position in the middle, which I very much like, especially on the flybridge, to have a better overview. Then you have the walk up on the port side and the big window up there. So that's and there we have it cut it again. So we probably can at some point also get this video online so that people can scroll themselves a little bit in this because it is very loads of information.
Sure.
That will be online on
This
our
is a
website.
photo montage, and I think I remember this is the mountains in Cannes, no?
Yes,
This is the
that's
sunset
it.
in Cannes, being in the island. I think
That's correct,
yeah,
yes, yes.
No, but I've been on the T11. Are we stuck? Okay, okay. This is it's not working anymore. Then I just. But there was nothing
Important.
nothing important. It was just a nice picture in the end. So yeah, I think we got mostly through. Congratulations! I promise you, I'm gonna sell quite a few of this one. I know this project was also a little bit. Sounds very odd now made for me, but I've been asking with some other dealers very much for this, and this is why I'm very thankful that we are that far with it, because the German market or the Central European market will be, I would say, very strong, more than the Scandinavian market.
Indeed,
I guess.
yeah, for sure.
But your boats in Scandinavia are also getting bigger and bigger. So also in your market, there could be quite some boats in this. But yeah, so. I don't know. I don't have. We are talking already 1 hour 15.
Okay.
So, but thank you very much. I think that was loads of information. There probably going to be loads of questions also coming up, because I think for many people it's the first time they've seen so much about these 2 new projects, and I'm very looking forward. I hope I can spend some good time with Julia. Always the first test couple on the.
You always send me these pictures.
In my vacation,
from
yeah.
all over the world. I'm stuck in the winter in Sweden.
I want this different. No.
But we have a three cabby boat now, so maybe we can go the 3 cabby together around Corsica.
Yeah, that would be. Okay, that's booked.
That's good.
But 2025 then.
Yeah,
Okay.
for sure.
Gut, vielen Dank, dass Sie, ich weiß nicht, wie viele Leute jetzt überhaupt dabei waren, aber dass Sie so lange mit uns ausgehalten haben. Das war das erste Mal hier aus unserem Studio auf der BOOT 2023. Wir werden noch in den nächsten Tagen hoffentlich öfter mit interessanten Kollegen, Lieferanten, Partnern hier sitzen. Und genauso interessante Themen zu finden, wird, glaube ich, nicht so einfach werden, weil das war jetzt schon auch für mich das absolute Highlight. Deswegen haben wir auch damit begonnen. Vielen Dank, Joachim, dafür. Danke, Jonas.
Danke
und wünsche euch und uns allen eine erfolgreiche BOOT 2023. Vielen Dank.
Vielen Dank auch.